Hey fellow explorers, it's Chris from TDR Explorer. Today I am at Hong Kong Disneyland Resort, and what am I doing with my hands? I don't know. Hey fellow explorers, today I am at Hong Kong Disneyland, where I'm going to share with you mistakes to avoid when you're visiting this wonderful Disney park here in Hong Kong. A big mistake to make while visiting Hong Kong Disneyland is coming during the summer, which is June, July, August, and into September. It is really hot. I'm talking 30, 35, even close to 40 degrees Celsius with humidity. It is not fun. I've been here during the summer and it's almost unbearable. Also, you don't want to come during Chinese New Year, which does change every year, but typically it's at the end of January into February, so just make sure you double check. The parks are going to be really busy, so there are better times to visit. I recommend visiting April into May. The weather is really nice and bearable. And then also November into December, the weather is very comfortable. I'm here at the end of November and I'm wearing a light jacket with a t-shirt, and this is the perfect weather. It really is. Also, I recommend visiting either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, right in the middle of the week. The crowds are pretty manageable and you'll be just fine. You'll be able to get on all the attractions and see the shows. Just make sure you check the times of everything, because some stuff does close early or may not be operating. Not staying at one of the Disney hotels here on property does eat into your time at Hong Kong Disneyland. So I really do recommend staying at one of the Disney hotels. Now, my absolute favorite is here, the Disney Explorer's Lodge. I'm sure if you saw my other videos, you know I gush about it a lot. I love this hotel so much. It's so fantastic. And with good reason. I have a full video showing it, the room and all that fun stuff, so make sure you check that out. And there's also the Disney's Hollywood Hotel, which is their Art Deco themed hotel. And we also have the Hong Kong Disneyland Hotel, which is a Victorian themed hotel, which is very similar to the Grand Floridian in Walt Disney World. There are some perks too. If you're staying here on property, you get priority passes for quite a few of the attractions, and not only the fast pass attractions, but stuff like Mystic Manor, the Grizzly Gulch, Runaway Mine Cars, Iron Man Experience, Space Mountain, Winnie the Pooh. Makes it really easy so you don't have to wait in any of the lines. Even if the lines aren't that long, you don't have to wait. That is amazing. And you also get priority access into some of the shows like the Festival of the Lion King. A big tip is to always check with the Hong Kong Disneyland Resort official website, because they're always running deals on the hotels here. So you can actually get these for pretty cheap. You don't want to waste time commuting every day from Hong Kong to Hong Kong Disneyland Resort, so staying on property really does make a lot of sense. And you'll probably be staying here maybe 2 or 3 nights. So once you're done here, you could head into one of the hotels in Hong Kong itself and enjoy the city there. A mistake you don't want to make is only coming to Hong Kong Disneyland for 1 day. That used to be the case years ago, where you can come to Hong Kong Disneyland, do everything in a day and be satisfied. That's not the case anymore. You're doing yourself a big disservice if you only spend 1 day at Hong Kong Disneyland. I recommend 2. Why? Because there are attractions, character greetings, food, entertainment, and of course the hotels. Because if you're spending money in the hotels, you want to spend some time there. There is a lot to do here at Hong Kong Disneyland, so you got to spend some time here. We all love staying connected while we're on vacation, especially when you're at a Disney park. You want to share photos and videos of all the food you're eating, all the characters that you are seeing, all that stuff. Now, Hong Kong Disneyland does offer free Wi-Fi in the park, but it's not the most reliable. It doesn't cover everywhere in the park, so I really recommend getting a SIM card or a personal Wi-Fi hotspot. I'll put my recommendations in the description so you can always stay connected. But if you are in the Disney hotels, the Wi-Fi there is perfect, so no worries there. Many of you explorers may have heard that there are no wait times here at Hong Kong Disneyland. Now, that may be true for a lot of the attractions like Mystic Manor, Hyperspace Mountain, the Iron Man Experience. You usually don't see those anywhere higher than 30 minutes, unless it's like a really busy day. But most of the time, it kind of hovers between 5, 10, 15 minutes, so it's not that bad. But don't let the lack of people behind me fool you. Where the wait times are really high are the character greetings. So it's a big mistake to assume that there's no waits for anything. The character greetings is where that's going to get you. Here's a fantastic tip for you explorers out there. Guests are allowed onto Main Street USA 30 minutes before the park officially opens. And you know what that means? There are character greetings at the front of the park that you can take advantage of before the park opens. At the front of the park, you can meet Mickey and Minnie, Goofy, Donald, Daisy, Pluto, Chip and Dale. It does change up a little bit every once in a while, but always in the middle is Mickey and Minnie, and that is usually the longest wait. And it can be anywhere between an hour to 2 hours in some cases. So I recommend doing that first thing. So that way you can get that greeting out of the way before the park even opens. Another mistake you want to avoid is not using the official app for Hong Kong Disneyland. So make sure you download it ahead of time. They have it for iOS and Android. And it has everything you need to know about your day in the park. It has the show schedules for the parades, and it also shows you which restaurants are open, because not all restaurants are always open. So just as an example, today the Comic Cafe is closed. So you wouldn't have known that unless you check the app. And most importantly, attraction wait times are on here, so you can see how long the waits are for everything. One thing that I do want to point out is they do not have Max Pass or anything like that. They only have the paper Fast Passes, so you don't book any Fast Passes through the app. A big mistake you can make is not coming to the Crystal Lotus here in the Hong Kong Disneyland Hotel to have their adorable, adorable dim sum. Now they have a dim sum shaped to different Disney characters. My favorite are the green alien and also the Duffy dim sum. They're really good. Now keep in mind, you do have to make an advance reservation. You can't just show up, but it's super simple and you don't even have to be a guest at the hotel here. I've done it a few times and I highly recommend it. It's one of those things that you can only do here at Hong Kong Disneyland. You don't want to miss the excellent entertainment here at Hong Kong Disneyland. By far the best show right behind me is Mickey and the Wondrous Book. Seriously, do not miss this show. It plays multiple times a day and I recommend getting there 30 minutes in advance. That way you're guaranteed to get a seat because it does actually fill up. The Festival of the Lion King is also worth checking out, and it is different than the version that is in the Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World. Their daytime parade, Flights of Fantasy, is a lot of fun and definitely worth checking out. And we cannot forget Paint the Night, which is their nighttime parade. Do not miss that. And it's the perfect way to end your day at Hong Kong Disneyland. You don't want to make the mistake of missing some of the key attractions here at Hong Kong Disneyland. My number one pick is right behind me, Mystic Manor. It is a fantastic ride. It's a dark, trackless ride, and you go through Mystic Manor, which is owned by Lord Henry Mystic, and also his little companion Albert, who is a really cute monkey. Things don't go according to plan, so, things get a little hectic. It's a lot of fun, and you definitely cannot miss it. It doesn't have Fast Pass, so do it earlier in the day to avoid a wait. Another attraction you cannot miss is the Big Grizzly Mountain Runaway Mine Cars. It's kind of a hybrid between Big Thunder Mountain and Expedition Everest, which is in the Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World. The other attraction you can't miss is the Iron Man experience over in Tomorrowland. If you've done Star Tours in the other Disney parks, it uses the same ride system, but it's definitely one of those things that you have to experience at least once. And that's one of the attractions you should do first thing in the morning. All right, explorers, thank you so much for joining me today. I forgot my camera, so I had to come back and get it. If you're planning a trip to Hong Kong Disneyland, make sure you check out our free trip planning guide up on our website at tdrexplorer.com. Okay, I'm gonna head back to the park. Till next time, explorers,